yang menjauh saban hari. Kau teruja bila kita bersama, harungi hari demi hari. Jangan ragu, ku serah hatiku padamu. Biarkan masa yang kan menentu. Siapa kamu? Siapa kamu? Sayang, ulanglah bila sembuhkan rasa benci pada diri sendiri. Janganlah gundah gulana, tak sanggup ku lihat kau sedih seorang. Kau teruja bila kita bersama, harungi hari demi hari. Jangan ragu, ku serah hatiku padamu. Biarkan masa yang kan menentu. Oh, siapa kamu? Siapa kamu? Siapa kamu? Siapa kamu? Siapa kamu? Siapa kamu? Thank you very much. Shukri girls.
Tepuk untuk Mio.
Terima kasih Salima. I'm a big fan. I just want to say I love you. Thank you so much, Salima.
Thank you.
It's such an honor to be part of this.
Siapa dia? Dia adalah Mio. Big round of applause. Thank you, Mio. So talented. Semua job kita kau ambil. Bagus. No, it's good, it's good. Love, much love. Give him more love. Come on, come on. The very talented Mio. Hope to see you on Phoenix 360. So now, to explain further, so kita ada visual pemahaman kan. Let's invite back on stage Alan Clapfish to do a demo for us so that we can get a grasp of this thing in full. Alan?
This one.
Okay, you all good, Alan?
I think I am.
Yeah.
I think I am. We'll see.
All right. Do we have a connection? Yes. Not up there yet? Almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. Can we dim the lights? It's coming good.
Yeah, can we just dim the lights a little? Thank you.
There we go.
So we can take a
You
look.
can see my beautiful family.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me just go here, open up the app. Okay. If for any reason in the middle of my demonstration it stops for a moment, it's because I am not on the Wi-Fi, which we're reserving for streaming. I'm on an Australian phone, and sometimes it stops working on the network, but let us hope it works well, right? So the first thing is that we have a discovery section. And the discovery section, if you like, might be a little like TikTok. We don't have the ability to record videos like TikTok or special effects, but we have lots of things that we think really augment this social media experience. So the first thing is, you're flipping through and you're getting different artists, right? And as you can see, there's a wide variety of artists there, right? Sorry, that will make it much easier. As you flip through and see artists, one of the things you'll notice, which you have not noticed on social media up to date, is that there's a strange thing, which you can see down the bottom of the screen, called Visit App. And every one of these artists has an app which they've created, perhaps in 20 minutes or less, and it has their whole universe. So one of the things about flicking through videos is that if you actually love an artist, what do you then do? All you can do is watch some more videos, but the artist may have all sorts of other things they want to present. Everything from interviews to videos to merchandise to NFTs. They might want to live stream from time to time, whatever they want to do. So suddenly, as you're flicking through videos, you have access to the Phoenix 360 app of that artist. The other thing you have access to, as you can see on the bottom of the screen, is all of their social media. And this is important. We're not at all precious about it. We feel as though the artist should be able to present everything they want to present, and we have to earn the right that if we are actually producing more income for them, more audience for them, then they will start to use us more. But in the beginning, if they have other social media that they're making income from, or they just want to use to promote themselves, they are very welcome to use that, and we're not suggesting they should stop using any of the tools. We want to add lots of tools. We don't want the others to subtract any tools at all. So I think that as I go along with the demo, perhaps I should invite people if they want to ask questions for any portion of the demo.
Any questions so far? It can be anything. I mean, it is a little bit overwhelming at first. So if you have any questions, please do. Okay, I've got a question on. What countries so far is Phoenix 360 in?
Well, technically we're in the whole world, but the whole world does not know about us yet. So we've decided to do it by actually going to each region, which we think is a very important exercise. We don't expect to sit, somewhere in the world and expect the whole world to pay attention to us. So far, we've launched in Mexico City for Latin America, which was a great launch. We've just launched last week in Munich, Germany. Now we're in KL. We'll also be doing launches in the next couple of weeks in both Jakarta, Manila, and in Singapore. Eventually, we intend to go to every region, and towards the end of June probably we'll be launching in London and New York. The idea is to introduce people to it. It's available everywhere in the world, but of course not everybody knows about us yet.
So Alan, if an artist like Sheila Amzor Mio go onto this Phoenix app, the rest of the world potentially could become their fans and be aware of them because of this.
Absolutely, that is the case. And what we've also discovered is that often artists are confined to their local markets, and if you have a global app, people who are not part of the local market start to discover. We've had just, as we've been creating this, we've had all sorts of collaborations occurring between artists from different countries, etc. It's really been very exciting. And we hope that in time, it doesn't happen instantly obviously, but we hope in time we can actually create an international platform that even the non-superstar artists can have an international following, right? That tends to be more the case for superstars, obviously, but we hope that just your average working artist can have followers from all sorts of places.
What about language, Alan? Is there any plans to do multiple languages so that people who do not speak English fully, for example, will be able to access?
Yeah. The answer is we already do have some language translations. We will have more, and it's very, very important. I'm always mindful of the fact that, for example, Facebook, when it was starting out, translated itself, I think at the time, into 26 languages, and it exploded, right? Although Facebook, for example, is considered to be an American enterprise, the truth of the matter is the American portion of users is a very small percentage of the total users as it exploded globally. So I think it's very important to have local languages and local artists, because that's what people really, really want to see.
Thank you.
Okay, so going onwards in describing the app, one of the things that we believe is that videos are appropriate for certain types of artists, but photos are also appropriate. So it might be a model, it might be art, right? It might be anything and everything that is better suited to a photo, and there also is a feed. And as with the video feed, for every one of these artists, whether they be a painter or a digital artist, an NFT creator, a model, a dancer, for every one of these you can also go and visit their app, right? Now, when we go to search, you can actually search. If you've heard about an artist, you can actually search for that artist. For example, I was showing before an artist, actually an actress, a model by name of Jerry Lee. I like showing this because she added thousands of photos to her app. This app we talk about can be created by an artist. It can also be created by anybody. And the basis of our social media is you create the app in hopefully less than 20 minutes, although if you add thousands of photos, it will obviously take you more. And you're able to actually share it. When you share it, you can either put on a platform for everybody to see it, or if you want to do private sharing just to friends for a special occasion, you could do that also, right? So as we go into an app, we see the various functions of the artist app they've created. Now there's obviously some sort of biography there. Then the app can be shared. When an artist creates an app, I should explain that what they're creating is what's known as a shareable web app. So it doesn't require an app store, right? It simply is something they can share with a URL to their fans. But when their fans get that app, they then are encouraged to download from the App Store the full app. But we very much wanted a way that artists could share with their fans, fans could share with each other, and this creation of a shareable app is a very, very important aspect for us. You'll notice here, you can also donate to the artist. At any time, you can donate our currency, Phoenix coins, which the artist can then cash out on. It's got all the links to the artists. It's got all their social media. It's got featured products, featured songs, their social media posts, which they can very readily absorb into the app, and they can also post on the app to all of their social media. It's got videos, it's got photos, it's got their interests. Whatever the artist wants to present can be presented in this app. And this artist can simply put on their existing social media a simple URL which will enable anybody to install that app in seconds, literally on their phone. Any other questions?
Any questions? So far, I think they're all reserving the questions for. We have one in the corner.
Excellent.
Hello, can we get a mic? Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, hi, my name is Hilal from Esrawani. So I would like to know, because I can see that there are a lot of revenue streams that artists can actually explore through the Phoenix 360. What are the killer products that Phoenix 360 have that can actually attracts artists to go into this application?
Very good question. What I like about the question is it emphasizes revenue, and clearly, everything's important, but revenue is the most important. And if there's anything that I think really hit home with artists during COVID, it is that they were getting a very small percentage of the revenue associated with their music or art. And, as long as things were going along, perhaps they were tolerating that. But the moment that there was not the ability to perform, even if they had a year of savings, a year and a half of savings, it all evaporated, and then they realized that there were lots of people who were still doing well, who perhaps did well from their performances, from their art, but they were suffering, right? So revenue is key. Now, when you say what is the killer revenue is something that you don't have to do anything for on a daily basis other than attract fans. There's obviously lots of things you can sell where you get 95% of NFTs, 95% of merchandise, but the real killer revenue is the advertising. So let me just pause for a moment to explain that in answer to your question. Of course, we cannot claim that we know exactly how much advertising will produce per installation of an app for an artist, right? But we have done projections, and while those projections may vary from territory to territory, they may be different than we expected them to be. We think that for the installation of an artist app, that they might better earn $1.44 per installation per month. So let's say, as has been suggested, it's not. Let's say it's only a ringgit, right, rather than $1.44 US, right? Whatever it is, right, if they get 10,000 apps installed, they will earn that money. Now, the way it works is an artist sends out their app to their fans. The fan then goes on to install the main app from the App Store. That fan belongs to the artist. It doesn't matter whether that fan is listening to the artist's music, looking at the artist's art or whatever, that fan belongs to the artist, and once they belong to the artist will earn from it. So we're actually trying to do two things. We're trying to make it the case that the non-mainstream, non-superstar artists can earn a living, and we're also trying to make it the case that that living doesn't vary according to popularity from week to week or month to month or year to year. That at the end of the day, that artist, right, if they have a fan base, they will get a stable income from that fan base. And that to us is very, very important. It's a very different model that exists at the moment. The model, for example, that exists in music is you have a pool of money, let's say from music subscriptions, and according to how many plays of your song, you get a portion of the pool. The problem is that if you're non-superstar artist, that portion is so little that it amounts to almost no money for you, right? So we want a very different model, which is much more lucrative and much more stable, and we think we've got it.
Alan, can I add something? So just to clarify Alan's point, it teaches the artists the importance of looking after their fans. So when you make your own app, the fan downloads the artist app onto their phone. That is now a one-to-one relationship. So it is up to the artist to create interesting news, interesting activity, interesting content where the fan is engaged regularly. Kalau you malas tak buat apa-apa, the fan gets bored with you, after a while they delete the app. So it's your job as an artist to create content that engages your fan base. And as long as your fan base is active, you will receive regularized income because you have a fan. So kalau seorang tu ada 5,000 fan, the way we're trying to build the Phoenix advertising model, you can get, like, let's say he's saying $1 US, I'm saying forget $1 US, RM1. If you can get 5,000 fans to have your app and you are active on your app with your fans, that's RM5,000 a month for the artist. Bayar gaji, bayar kereta, bayar sewa rumah, makan, right? How revolutionary is that? By being engaged with your fans, you will receive stable income. That's the primary objective of Phoenix. Yeah?
And I should say, you know, advertising runs the internet. Advertising runs many apps. There's nothing new about it. And everybody understands if you have an audience, right, you can get advertising. That advertising will create an income. The difference is that for most platforms, that advertising goes to the platform. The deal that many musicians get is they go onto a social media platform, they get fans, but the income mostly goes to the platform. What we're saying is the income needs to mostly go to the artist, to the creator, and that's the essential difference.
We've got something.
Can I have another one? Another one question?
Yes, please.
Okay. So that means do artists need to have a coding skill in order to create
No.
those things? And what are the most important skills that the artists need to have? Because just now you say that they need to have a sense of editorial in terms of maintaining to engage with their fan, right? So yeah.
So I'll take this part. So it's exactly that. So the problem with a lot of artists dulu yang ada label, dia artis label buat semua. So that's why label ambil duit semua. So what we're trying to tell the artists now, no, you take the power back. You become responsible for looking after your fans. So, like I said, your job is to become something that the fans want to engage with. Create content yang interesting. Create berita yang interesting. Engage, cakap dengan dia orang. You know, so slowly as an artist, you understand the importance of how to engage with your fans. So I'm not going to say it's going to be easy from day one because not everybody knows how to do this. But the toolbox yang ada dekat Phoenix ni is going to allow you to do these things quickly and boleh belajar. You do the first thing, maybe not so great. But as you do more and more and more and you engage more, then your fans will teach you. In fact, if you look at Jerry Lee's punya benda profile tadi, ada fan punya update dekat dia punya site. So the fans are sending Jerry material that they have done for her. So this is about learning how to engage with your community and your fan base. You know, and the tools, how to create an NFT, how to create apps, is all there. Okay.
So is this a way, Andy, Sandy and Alan, a way to sort of bring the artists into the
Yes.
the modern way
Yes.
of doing
So
things?
that's
It's
why
kind of
the
forced them to do
revolution
that.
of Phoenix is that it fast tracks the indie artist community into all the latest thing yang ada dalam dunia ni pasal technology and whatever, allows them to participate quickly and easily. And the more they practice and the more they engage, the more they will improve their skills and become better at it and become more successful.
But one point I want to make, and that is you mentioned coding. No coding is required whatsoever. No technical skills are required whatsoever. I am not a coder, as you might have guessed. I'm not a builder of apps. I can build an app, right? Indeed, right, it should be the case that any artist whatsoever, whatever technical skills they may have, can build their own app. Now, it's just in terms of that, I'll just spend 2 minutes because we're a little pressured for time and I could go on about this app endlessly, but...
You've got 2 minutes, Alan, let's do this.
I'm going to do it in one. In any event, there's 26 basic functions. Here is one of them. They have a lot of sub-functions. This function is called artist management. So it's where you add songs, product, bio, where you can reward people, where you can send notifications. One of the problems with social media is you can't directly communicate with the fans you accumulate on social media. Here you can, and you can not only do that, but you can actually know exactly where your fans are down to street address without any violations of privacy. It's just a username. You can find out your revenue daily, weekly, monthly, right? You can have this mailing list. Any fan that puts themselves on a mailing list, you can mail them directly. You can know how many fans you've got, how many apps you've got, right? What's your top selling products. The idea is it's not an infinite number of tools, but it's a lot of tools, and we'll keep on adding. We do not claim the app is anywhere where we ultimately want it to be. There's so much that we're adding on, but this is a process that we really want the artist communities around the world to really engage in and help us create the perfect product so the artist is liberated from being unable to earn a living from their art. Because the truth of the matter is, if you only have 5,000 fans, you should be able to earn a living.
Thanks, Alan. Have we got anything to add, Sandy? Can we move forward? Yeah, we're going to have Lance. Okay, thanks, Alan, for that demo. We've got a bit more of an understanding of how Phoenix 360 works and will work for our local artists. And joining us, we're going to be discussing a little bit more in detail with Lance Ford. Lance Ford is the founder and also the president of Phoenix 360. He's also, just so you know who he is, a little bit of a background, he's the founding publisher of some of the largest magazine houses. You may remember Maxim, you might remember Staff, Blender, and Condé Nast. So massive amounts of accomplishments and accolades there. Hello, Lance.
Yes, hello.
Can you see me, or can I only see you?
Well, I can't see you, but can you see me?
Yes, so I'm stalking you right now, and you can only hear me. Haha. Okay, so all right, Lance. Where are you right now, Lance?
Well, good morning from New York City.
Oh my goodness.
That's where I am.
What time is it in New York?
Yes, I'm either up very late or up very early, one or the other.
All right. What time is it? About 4 a.m. Is it? Around that time.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about the launch here in Malaysia and how important it is as a whole? This is the worldwide rollout. So we know we've done Mexico, Germany, we've got many of the other regional countries coming up. So tell us a little bit about your vision and what you hope for Malaysia's rollout.
Yeah, well, I think that, I mean, Alan mentioned it. I mean, the fact of the matter is we always had global aspirations. And every part of the world has its local music that they love as well as the international music that they know. And we felt that the global perspective was very important because artists struggle all around the world, and local markets love their own artists. And we thought it was very important to, be able to go in there granularly and talk to everyone that we can in every country that we can. Music is such a universal subject. Asia is a powerhouse in terms of population and love of music, and so we thought it was very important to be there. But we really want to roll out globally, as Alan mentioned, and I think it will happen naturally, as well as the fact that we're going to go to certain areas and try and talk to the press and to artists and to fans about what we're doing.
Thank you, Lance. This event actually right now, just so you know, is being live streamed to over 7,000 Phoenix ambassadors right now. So it's not just us and Lance in New York. I do understand your son is a musician, Lance. Is that one of the reasons why you feel so passionate about this? Can you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, sure. No. Well, thanks for mentioning. I mean, my son, the Blind Owl Band, is his band with 3 other members. I mean, they've been touring in the States for 10 years. They've probably done over 1,000 gigs over that period of time. And it's hard work. And a lot of bands do this, a lot of artists do this. They're not alone. But, I recognized, when I saw these guys on the road, how tough it is. You go from town to town over the course of many months on tour, and you play your heart out night to night at clubs and festivals, and you get paid an amount of money, which you should. Never enough, I would say, and then you pack it all up yourself, get in a van and drive to the next town. It's tough work. It's work they love, and lots of people do this, but we always felt that you should be rewarded, for this effort. They should get as much as they can from it. And it was one of the thoughts that we had was, well, what else can you do beyond playing? Well, you can sell merchandise, and you can interact with fans. You can, have meet and greets and backstage passes, lots of different things to sort of augment the money that you make on the road. So that was some of the thought process, while looking at my son James and his band. But also, just aside from that, I started writing songs when I was young. I grew up in London, and I recognized the fact that a song is often created with a guitar or a piano or something in a bedroom somewhere quietly. A dream exists in that moment, and can you make that dream a reality? Oftentimes you can't, but we think Phoenix might give you an opportunity to expand the opportunity to become famous, to make money, to live that dream. And I came to New York City and literally played on the streets. I was busking on the streets of New York City. I did not succeed in the music business, but it didn't stop me writing songs to do that. And the dream lives on, and we want to expand that opportunity. And Phoenix really does talk to that, and we hope that we can help a lot of other artists become better exposed locally and globally using the tools Phoenix has.
Brilliant. Lance, is there, just last question, plans for a crossover, for example, Malaysian artists in New York, new artists in Germany, a big massive event, perhaps the Phoenix 360 massive concert, of which I will host, of course, and something like that. I need to get over to New York now. We all do. We've been stuck here too long. No, but seriously, a bigger, what's the bigger plan?
Yeah, well, everything you've just said is fantastic. Come join us.
Okay, I need money for that. I need royalties as creative director. Quick.
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, hey, our plans are big. I mean, I think collaboration is huge. We're already seeing it between artists across the world, even in our early stages. We're seeing, and we think that's fantastic. I mean, the fact that Asian and Western artists should collaborate together. I don't know how much it's happened, probably not that much, or exposure of, the West to Asian music and vice versa. The idea of putting on shows and concerts, Alan and I have always talked about that. We have venues and we have concepts in mind for all of that. And we believe that you roll out, and as people get to know us, and as fans, interact directly with artists, and as artists make more money by interacting directly with fans, the rest will follow. So yeah, we are very ambitious about all of the things you just discussed there, and thanks for bringing it up. And hopefully we'll see you in New York very soon.
Thank you, Lance. Big round of applause for Lance. Lance Ford, of course, the founder and president of Phoenix 360. And Lance, you'll be watching the rest of our launch today, so you'll get to see some of our multi-talented Malaysian artists. In fact, as I close off the call with you, I'll be inviting on stage sekumpulan orang gila, which means a bunch of crazy people, but short form is SOG. And these are a very interesting band because they've been around for a while, but they love to introduce like elements of Nusantara music. Like the music has got like a traditional feel to it, and you're gonna get a little bit of a surprise. Let me just say that. Just listen in, okay, and see what Malaysia has to offer. Okay? All right.
Great. Thank you so much.
Brilliant. Thank you, Lance. See you soon.
Thank
you. Okay, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, our next artist performance here at Bobo KL for the Phoenix 360. Really no need for an introduction, but let me just read out some of the accolades. A 6-piece indie post-hardcore band. Check this out. They actually formed in 2005. They are recent winners of Anugerah Juara Lagu, of course, with Sheila Amza, who's here with us today. They're just going to set up right now. They're very well known to combine elements of Nusantara music within the post-hardcore. I'm serious, you're going to listen to this if you do not know them. Their recent album was recorded in France, and it's called The Second Voyage. Ladies and gentlemen, on stage we're going to have SOG, followed by a performance of their award-winning AJL song with Sheila Amza. So, okay ke? Kita belum lagi. Ada setengah jam lagi ke? Okay, so if we have any questions, Sandy's here, Alan's here. Perhaps I can ask, is Sandy still here? Can I see him while SOG set up? Sandy, can we understand a bit about the currency? Like you're talking about cryptocurrency, we're talking about tokens. How does this work for somebody who doesn't understand? How do we explain this to our fans? Like, korang cuba download app ni sebab I need to get some coins. So how do you explain this to a lay person?
So the tokens are a function of being able to operate on the blockchain. Okay, so the difference between the tokens and crypto is when everybody talks about crypto, nobody cares about what you do with the crypto. They don't care, boleh beli nasi lemak, boleh beli kopi, they don't care. Because all they want to do, buy crypto, naik turun. They're only investing in the crypto for the speculation harga naik, right? The tokens are actually meant to be used in the community for commercial activity. So we don't care about the harga naik turun. We want the tokens to be used as the means of sitting on the blockchain. So because blockchain is the framework to do e-commerce, the token is the currency which allows it to happen. So the difference between crypto and the token is crypto orang beli because they nak naik turun, take profit. The token is to actually create a trading currency within the community.
Okay, so that's why the community needs to understand and support this.
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you very much, Sandy. Okay, so we're prepared. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the one and only, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and only SOG.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good evening, everyone. Kami sekumpulan orang gila dari Batu Kir. Pindah-pindah. So tak nak buang masa. Just nak bagi tahu 11 hari bulan 6 ni kami akan ada showcase sendiri dekat Bentley Music Auditorium. So harap semua dapat hadir sebab tiket pun selling fast. And yeah, tak sabar nak perform, nak balik on tour balik, and kita orang planning to sambung unfinished business kita orang, which is Asia tour and so on. So yeah.
Tu yang boleh upload dekat Phoenix nanti lah.
Yeah.
That's all.
Dia buat content.
Yeah.
Alright, lagu yang diberi judul Terbang lah. Kalau pada yang tahu, lagu ni adalah kesinambungan pada lagu Peluk Angkasa sebenarnya. So yeah, kalau yang dah pernah dengar Peluk Angkasa, Terbanglah ni mungkin korang akan macam, oh no wonder. So yeah. Hadiahkan ku sepasang kaki burung yang bawa aku terbang bebas melayang. Izinkan aku berehat di atas dahan, menikmati deru angin, menunggu jatuh. Mencari datang, cinta akan selalu memberi tahu bila berlari, bila harus berhenti. Kita berdua melintasi alam, menatap pelangi dan berjanji.
Tepukan. My goodness, I don't think I need to ask for tepukan at this point. Fantastic. Thank you. Terima kasih. Okay, baru faham. Ada dia punya kesinambungan tu. Okay. Okay, joining on stage, ladies and gentlemen, of course, today, and for all the international viewers who are joining us via live streaming here at Phoenix 360 Launch Malaysia, would like to invite the very talented, award-winning singer, songwriter, wonderful mom that she is, multilingual, famous in China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, winner of AJL and every single award that exists. Okay, so can we put our hands together for Sheila Amza? Welcome on stage, Sheila. Okay, so sekarang ni kira kita buat macam AJL recap gitu, rewind, yeah. So for those of you who don't know, they just won one of the biggest awards in Malaysia, which is AJL 36. Together, collaboration between Sheila and SOG. And the song was called Pelukan Angkasa, and it was a beautiful song. And I do believe you're going to perform that today.
Yes, absolutely.
Silakan.
So thank you so much to all the media who came. I'm really excited to be here actually. It has been a while, so yeah, let's go. Pelukan Angkasa.
Bulan purnama terangi rinduku yang sayang, terbangkan ke Sumatera rasa jiwa yang membelenggu. Langit gelita biar menyala, jari unggun yang membakar kalbu. Angin bersiul hembus menghembus luka, dingin menusuk merata rongga. Bangkulah aku, wahai semesta, katakan cinta itu membebaskan. Peluklah aku, wahai angkasa, hangatkan tubuhku di alam hayalan. Terik surya, selojik rohku yang gelap, bebaskan radiasi peluluh umat batinku yang tersiksa. Kalian takkan mampu memecahkan bongkar ini, raku tanganku, kita bersatu lawan dunia. Bangkulah mesra, katakan cinta itu membebaskan. Peluklah aku, wahai angkasa, hangatkan tubuhku di alam hayalan. Dua jiwa, dua dunia ingin mengejar damai bahagia. Tahukah bahwa cinta itu satu dosa. cinta itu membebaskan. Rangkul aku, katakan cinta itu, katakan cinta itu, peluk aku, wahai angkasa, hangatkan tubuhku di alam
Oh my goodness. Sebab itulah menang.
Oh man.
Sebab itulah menang lagi kan.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much, boys. It has been an exciting journey actually.
I'm sure.
Exciting journey between me and SOG. And I really hope that this collaboration doesn't end here, boys. Huh?
Dengar tak tu?
Tengok macam mana? You serious or not, blow? Huh? Kita cuba kita.
So Sheila, I think
Yes.
you're gonna serenade us.
Yes, since it has been a while since the last time I actually performed in front of my fellow media friends, and also this is my first time being in Bobo KL as well.
Best kan?
So to bring back the mood, just now I was like rock already, right? We come back to my normal forte, which is ballad. Kembali ke jalan yang
Okay.
benar. So this song is going to be it's actually a very special song that I wanted to sing today. It's called "Long Time No See" or in Mandarin 好久不见.
Wow. Okay, let's give a round
Thank you.
of applause. Wow.
Mm-hmm. 我来到你的城市，走过你来自的路，想象着没我的日子，你是怎样的孤独？拿着你给的照片，熟悉的那一条街，只是没了你的画面，我们回不到那天。你会不会忽然的出现在街角的咖啡店？我会带着笑脸挥手寒暄，和你坐着聊聊天。我多么想和你见一面，看看你最近改变，不再去说出现，只是寒暄，对你说一句，只是说一句。Long time no see. 带着笑脸，一手寒暄，和你坐着聊聊天。我多么想和你在一面，在街角的咖啡店，不要再说，只是寒暄，和你说一句，只是说一句，好久不见。
Ladies and gentlemen, long time no see dah. Sini kau nak bagi pelukan angkasa. Mai sini kau. Thank you. Big round of applause for Sheila. Thank you. So Sheila, you're going to be on the Phoenix 360, I'm sure.
Actually, talking about that, someone actually has taken my account. I tried this now.
No.
We're gonna have a big tour.
It was Sandy, he does that sometimes. Sandy, relax.
Who took my
I know
account?
you're a fan, but you know what I mean, slow down. Okay, alright. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you to SOG as well, of course. So now I think we have some, to close off some Q&As. I don't want to do it so formally. I think, do you want to come on stage still, Sandy and Alan, and receive some questions? We'll do it still, yeah? Okay. Boleh. Let's have Sandy and Alan back on stage for a final round of Q&A dengan media ke. So, siapa yang nak tanya soalan, silakan. Kalau masih tak faham pasal coins and basically in a nutshell, this app is a way for creators and creative people to be more creative and take away the strain and stress from them and worrying about making more money, basically. Is that okay?
Actually, before,
Is your mic's not working, is it, Alan? That's okay. Was that about pretty much?
That is a perfect description.
Okay, this is good. I keep my job.
before we get there, I mean, I just wanted to share something with you. So Alan and I have been talking about this Asian launch for Phoenix for about 2 months now. And the discussion was, where do we go and do the first country? And because Malaysia is my hometown,
Okay. So here lah first.
it's not the obvious choice.
Okay. Why? Cik, tiba-tiba.
No, because there are many places that will claim to be a bigger market or regional hub or whatever. Why Malaysia?
Okay. Suspend betul lah Sandy
No,
ni.
because-
Tolonglah.
Emotional.
Fuck, emotion.
Yeah.
Tiba.
No, because as a Jen, I want Malaysia to represent indie. And Jen came up with the artist list. Solid, really solid. So for the choice of Malaysia, I want to thank the indie artists for really, really representing.
Big round of applause for our indie artists who've been long surviving and fighting through till today. Thanks, Sandy.
And thank you, Sandy. I have to say the team that Sandy's put together to put all of this together, all of whom clearly love Sandy, as do I, is an extraordinary team. So thank you to everybody, and just sitting and listening,
And to Jen and team as well.
and just sitting and listening to this extraordinary, it makes you realize why it is worth doing this, why one must do this, why one must push to the end until this is successful, because such wonderful talent, such wonderful artists deserve to have every support that they can possibly get. Really, really they do. And they deserve to have the revenue in their hands. They deserve to have their careers as they wish to have them. So all you have to do is listen to the wonderful artistry we've done, and you're completely reinforced in your conviction that we will not stop until we get there. So thank you to our wonderful artists.
Thank you, Alan and Sandy. My goodness, Sandy, I've known you for 30 years and I've never seen you cry like that.
No, I guess
What's
I'm
going on?
blown away.
Oh,
Really blown
it's
away.
true,
Yeah.
it's true. respect and big up to all of our artists who struggle through, especially with COVID, and to all the creators, not just singers, but bands, and dancers and everyone, because in the creative industry, you know, we are often forgotten, and that is a fact worldwide. Isn't that right, Alan? So thank you for helping us to empower ourselves, so to speak, with the creation of this app. So do we have any questions from the media? Kalau nak soalan dalam BM pun boleh, tak apa, Sandy boleh jawab. So please, feel free. We have one. Hi, JD. Okay, his question was, will it make the function of labels irrelevant, or even the media?
No, because there will always be roles and functions for key people. Like I said, major labels, and being the head of a major label before, we played a very successful role in making artists successful. But you know, what we realize is over time, the channels of opportunity for artists becomes narrower and narrower and narrower, because the labels themselves are making less and less opportunity. So what do? Do we then say only go through label? Or do we create other opportunities or other channels? So this is not about making people irrelevant. This is about opening doors that allow people to be active. Because kalau ada satu channel je, ataupun dua channel je, so beribu-ribu nak rebut masuk ke dua channel. So siapa naik, siapa turun. This gives everybody the opportunity to have this one-on-one relationship with their support base.
Thanks.
I think that is true. We don't want to supplant anybody. We don't want to undermine any existing businesses. They all have their role. But the truth of the matter is, for the vast majority of artists, there aren't adequate ways to make a living. There aren't adequate means of support. And that's really where we want to come in.
Thanks for the question, JD. Any other questions? No more questions? Okay, I'm just gonna close it off perhaps here, so we can continue on with having fun today, as we are. So tell us, Alan, what happens next in terms of, like, you're moving from here, from Malaysia? How do we reach the fans, for example? What is the support given by Phoenix 360 to the artists themselves, or the creators and the dancers? How do we get this started?
Well, the first thing is we really, really appreciate direct contact with artists. Already a lot of input. We want more. We want all the input people want to give us. So please feel free to contact us. Our contacts are available with ideas, with requests, whatever it may be. We hope that artists will tell other artists, and artists will obviously tell fans, and it will begin to grow. We'll continue to do these sorts of launches in various parts of the world. As Sandy said, this is the benchmark. Sandy said it theoretically. Theoretically, I think we all realize this is the benchmark for how these things should go, because when people really, really see wonderful talents in their midst, they realize, as I say, the purpose of doing all this. So we think word will get around quickly as we do these launches.
So going back to Sharma's question on what exactly Phoenix is going to do for the artists as well. I mean, we spoke about this. We understand that maybe the first few steps working with the app is a bit more challenging for the artists. So we've talked about resourcing a person in Malaysia, working with Jen, to assist the artists who want to get the app going and get them started. I mean, the person is not going to be looking after the app for the artist, because the artist has to look after their own fans, right? But at least have a resource to teach the artists how to generate NFTs, how to generate this, how to generate that, how to basically learn how to be more engaging. I think we will look to basically do this in the near to medium term.
And in the meantime, I should say, any artist that wants an app, please just tell us. Do not be bashful. It's our pleasure and honor, and it's also an advantage to the platform to create an app for you.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
So I can just mention to Sheila, don't worry, no, your app hasn't been taken. It's probably the Phoenix guys building an app for you in preparation for today.
Wow, it's so fast, Sheila, you didn't even know.
So we're gonna hand it to you later on, and then you can take over it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks for that. Okay, so any last words to close off our Q&A here, Sandy, Alan? I know, Sandy, you were completely taken away. I haven't seen you cry like that since your wedding. So I'm like, this must be a big
You know,
thing for
people
you.
ask me how much they cost to get married. I said I don't know because I'm still paying, right?
That's why you're crying. No,
but
on a serious note.
We had an artist meet before we had the media meet, and I said I haven't been back to Malaysia, not KL, to Malaysia for 3 years, and the first time I come back to Malaysia is for this.
Wow. And then you see our talent. You see our talent, and that's what happens, kan?
I have to say, when I first became involved in the music industry, it was hard going. It was hard going because there were a lot of closed minds, and to come across such a wonderfully open, generous mind as Mr. Sandy Montero was a wonderful thing to me, and it continues to be a wonderful thing. And so thank you, Sandy, for putting it all together.
Oh. Now we need another pelukan angkasa, perhaps, you know what I mean? But thank you very much to Alan Clubfish and to Sandy Montero. Let's put our hands together. I'm sure if you have any further questions, they'll be happy to answer it for you while still here today. So now to end our event today, but it doesn't end, nothing really ends, it's always in progress, kan? Satu perjalanan, as they say. I'd like to invite on stage, it's coming full circle because we're here at Bobo KL, and the creative director and one of the owners of Bobo KL, one of the most talented artists that I know. He is an actor, a singer, a dancer, creative director. He does everything. He performed on London stage. He was well known. He started off with The King and I mean, honestly, I don't think I really need to introduce this man to all of you. And you will, if you do not know of him, you will not forget him after today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the one and only Sean Agassi. Okay, I believe, Sean, today you're going to be performing a song that is not unknown to us. It's sort of taking you back to 2006, if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, is that right?
You're dating me.
I'm dating you? What is this? What kind of app is this we're talking about? Oh, okay.
Hello.
All right.
Hi. Hey.
Hi, Sean.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Salam sejahtera. Yes, as Sarima mentioned, I actually represent two camps this afternoon. The first camp is, I've heard it mentioned quite a few times today, of the superstar and then the non-superstar variety of artists. So I'm the
come on.
non-superstar.
Come on.
I mean, with people like Shiramza in the house. Come
You're,
on
you're
now.
one of the old school superstars.
Okay,
That's
I
what
don't
we
like the
call it
word
in
old.
uni. Come on. It's okay. You're only as old as you look, so obviously you're very
And I've known you for like something like 40 years,
I
right?
know. No, please. I'm only 35. What are you talking about?
So anyway, I do represent Bobo Kuala Lumpur, and on behalf of the venue, I'd like to welcome Sandy and Alan and Jen and all of you to Bobo. If you don't know what we do music 6 times a week, so do come up and see us sometime. And I'd like to take this opportunity to commend Cik Puan Sarima on your fantastic hosting this afternoon.
Oh, thank you.
It's amazing. It's nice to see you in action.
It's nice for me to see me in action too, actually.
You know,
After 3 years.
speaking of in action, I do believe that you and I should host that concert in New York because I think we look cute together.
Boy, that's actually why the compliment came. There's always
that's
a double
all
side to this guy. Memang.
I know your husband's in the house, but I think
He's gone home.
Oh, okay, then hello.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, so I'm gonna perform a song from my AIM nominated album, also known as my only album, because Sandy left and went to Singapore and left me here on my own. So this is Semalam. Thank you. Semalam, hanya semalam, memanggil, pulanglah sayang padaku. Ku ingin mengubah hati yang rindu. Semasa dulu apabila kita yang masih percaya betapa indah bercinta. Ku tanya mengapa perginya dia, hilang tetapi bagaimana, tinggal harapan yang membara. Ku doakan lagu menyusut jiwamu di sebalik mentari pagi, pastikan kembali. Izinkan ku menyanyikan lagu ini. Sudikah engkau menanti? Marilah kita menari, lupakan hati yang sepi. Semoga semalam selamanya. Acabó todo, no sé cómo, solo quedó amar que siento. Tanto ruego que mi canción te llegue al corazón. Del otro lado de la noche, espera que vuelvas. Déjame que mientras te cante mi canción. Sudikah engkau menanti? Marilah kita menari, lupakan hati yang sepi. Semoga semalam selama-lamanya. Thank you very much. Thank you. Terima kasih. On stage with me, please come and walk up with me.
Thank you. Big round of applause for Sean Gazi. Rasa macam baru semalam je jumpa. Hopefully we'll see you someone. Very, very happy to see you here today too, Sean. Looking very, very nice. Let's give a huge round of applause to Sean.
Thank you.
So are you going to be on the Phoenix 360 as well, Sean?
Oh, I also tried, but I couldn't. So I'm expecting one too.
Sheila's hijacked your
Sheila
account, is it
hijacked
now?
mine, and I'm hijacking yours.
All right, okay. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we've come to the closing of our press conference today. We'd like to thank all the members of media. Terima kasih kawan-kawan media yang lama dan baru. Juga kepada artis-artis yang hadir hari ini. Thank you very much for supporting the industry, and COVID has been difficult. It's been a difficult few years, but we're still here, and that's what matters. And all the best to Phoenix 360. I'm very excited to be on board the app as well. And I do believe we have another video. Jen, you're never ending lah with your videos and contents. What's going on? So let's give a big round of applause to Jen as well, and the team for putting together today. Sheila Hamza, Mio, SOG, everyone, Sean Gazi, and to me. Thanks. All right, take care. See you again soon, inshallah. Bye.
早饭。